My parents destroyed my life for my sister's wedding, and then blamed me for being selfish. I'm 28 years old, and I thought I had finally escaped the nightmare that was my childhood. But 3 months ago, everything came crashing down when my sister Sarah announced her engagement. What happened next? Honestly, I'm still processing it, and maybe after hearing this, you'll understand why I'm questioning everything I thought I knew about family. Growing up, Sarah was the golden child. While I was getting straight A's and working part-time jobs to pay for my own school supplies, she was getting brand new cars for her sweet 16 and college tuition paid in full. I told myself it didn't matter. I was building character, right? But deep down, it hurt. It always hurt. When I turned 18, I moved across the country for college. No financial help from my parents, obviously. I worked 3 jobs, lived on ramen noodles, and somehow graduated with honors. I built a life for myself in California, a good job at a tech company, a beautiful apartment, and finally, I was happy. But you know what they say about family, right? Just when you think you're free, they pull you right back in. Sarah called me in February, squealing about her engagement. "Oh my God, sister, you have to be my maid of honor. This is going to be the wedding of the century." I should have said no right then, but family guilt is a powerful thing, isn't it? So I said yes, thinking it would be one weekend, one dress, one speech. How naive was I? Do you know what happened next? 2 weeks later, my mom called. "Honey, we need to talk about Sarah's wedding." The tone in her voice. It was that same tone she used when she told me I couldn't go to prom because we needed to save money for Sarah's car repairs. We've been looking at venues, and the one Sarah wants is, well, it's expensive. How expensive? I asked, though I already knew I didn't want to hear the answer. $50,000. I nearly dropped my phone. Mom, that's a lot of money. I know, sweetheart. That's why we need your help. And there it was. The trap I should have seen coming from a mile away. My help? Well, you make good money now with that computer job of yours, and Sarah's always been there for you. Always been there for me? When? When was Sarah ever there for me? But I bit my tongue. Mom, I can contribute something, but $50,000 is... Oh no, honey, not the whole thing. Just $20,000. Your father and I are covering the rest. $20,000. That was my entire emergency fund. Money I had been saving for years. Money I was planning to use for a down payment on a house. My house, my future. I don't know, Mom. That's a lot of money. The silence on the other end was deafening. Then came the guilt trip I knew was coming. I'm disappointed in you, honey. This is your sister's special day. Family comes first. But if you don't want to help Sarah have the wedding of her dreams, what about my dreams? But you know what I did? I said yes. Because that's what good daughters do, right? They sacrifice everything for their family, even when their family has never sacrificed anything for them. The next few months were absolute hell. Every week, there was something new. The dress wasn't just any dress. It had to be custom made for $1,500. The bachelorette party wasn't just a night out. It was a weekend in Vegas that cost me another $2,000. The bridal shower needed professional catering. By May, I had drained my savings completely. I was living paycheck to paycheck for the first time since college. I had to cancel my vacation, sell my car, and get a cheaper one, and moved to a smaller apartment, all for Sarah's perfect wedding. But here's where it gets really twisted. Are you ready for this? I found out by accident that my parents had been lying to me. I overheard my mom talking to my aunt at the bridal shower. "Oh, we're not paying for any of this," she was laughing. "We told both girls they needed to contribute, but Sarah's fiancé's parents are covering most of it, and we got our daughter to pay for the rest." It worked out perfectly. Both girls. Both girls. I confronted my mom right there. "Mom, what did you mean when you said both girls are contributing?" Her face went white. "Oh, honey, I meant, what did Sarah pay for?" The silence stretched forever. Finally, my aunt spoke up. "Sarah didn't pay for anything, sweetheart. Her future in-laws covered the venue, and you covered everything else." I felt like I was going to throw up. "So Sarah paid nothing?" "Well, she picked out everything. That's a contribution." That's when I lost it. Right there in the middle of the bridal shower, I completely lost my mind. Are you kidding me? I gave up my entire life savings for this wedding, and she didn't pay a single dollar? "Keep your voice down," my mother hissed. "You're ruining Sarah's day." "I'm ruining her day? I'm ruining her day. I've ruined my entire financial future for her day." That's when Sarah decided to chime in. "God, you're so dramatic. It's just money. You'll make more. Just money. Just money." I stared at my sister who had never worked a day in her life, who had never worried about rent or groceries, and something inside me broke. "You know what, Sarah? You're absolutely right. It is just money, so you can pay me back." She laughed. Actually laughed. "Pay you back? For what? This is a gift. You can't take back a gift." "A gift? A gift? Nobody asked me if I wanted to give this gift." But here's the part that still makes my blood boil. My mom looked me dead in the eye and said, "If you can't afford to be generous with family, maybe you shouldn't have agreed to help in the first place." If I couldn't afford to be generous, I had been generous my entire life, and now, when I had finally built something for myself, they wanted me to be generous with that too? But wait, it gets worse. Oh, it gets so much worse. 2 days before the wedding, Sarah called me crying. "The florist wants an extra $3,000. Mom and Dad can't cover it." I was sitting in my tiny new apartment, eating store-brand pasta because I couldn't afford groceries, and my sister wanted another $3,000 for flowers. "Sarah, I don't have any more money. I'm broke." "But you have credit cards." Credit cards. She wanted me to go into debt for her flowers. "No, Sarah, I'm not going into debt for your wedding." That's when she really showed her true colors. "Fine, but don't expect me to forgive you when my wedding is ruined." Couldn't help her? I had already given her $22,000. How was that not helping? The wedding day arrived, and I showed up because I'm apparently a glutton for punishment. I watched my sister walk down the aisle in her perfect dress to her perfect venue. During the reception, I was sitting alone when my uncle came over. "Your parents are so proud of how you helped make this day special for Sarah." Proud? They were proud of me for bankrupting myself. "Did they tell you I paid for most of this?" I asked him. His face changed. "What do you mean?" So I told him everything. And you know what he said? "That's not right, kiddo. That's not right at all." Finally, someone who saw how messed up this whole situation was. But the night wasn't over. During her speech, Sarah thanked everyone who made her special day possible. She thanked the florist, the caterer, her future in-laws, our parents, everyone except me, the person who actually paid for her special day. After the reception, I confronted her. "Sarah, you didn't thank me in your speech." "Thank you for what?" "For paying for your wedding." She rolled her eyes. "Oh my God, you're not going to hold that over my head forever, are you?" That's when I made a decision that shocked everyone, including myself. I stood up, grabbed the microphone from the DJ booth, and made an announcement. "Excuse me, everyone. I just wanted to let you all know that as Sarah's maid of honor and primary financial sponsor of this wedding, I hope you all had a wonderful time spending my life savings." The silence was deafening. You could hear a pin drop. Sarah's face went from confusion to horror to pure rage in about 3 seconds. "What are you doing?" she hissed. "I'm being honest for the first time in this family." My parents rushed over, my dad grabbing my arm. "You're embarrassing yourself, and us." "No, Dad, I'm embarrassing you, because you should be embarrassed." The aftermath was swift and brutal. My parents demanded I apologize. Sarah said I ruined her wedding. Extended family members called me selfish. I was uninvited from family Christmas. My mom said I was dead to her until I made things right. But you know what? For the first time in my life, I felt free. It took me 2 years to rebuild my savings, 2 years of rice and beans, of saying no to friends' invitations, of driving a car that barely ran. But I did it without a single dollar of help from my family. And here's where the story gets even crazier. Sarah's marriage lasted exactly 8 months. Apparently, Brad was cheating on her. She called me crying, wanting support and comfort. I said no. "But I'm your sister," she cried. "And I was your sister when you let me pay for your entire wedding and didn't even thank me for it." She hung up on me. My parents called next. "Family forgives, honey. Sarah needs you right now." Where was Sarah when I needed her? Where were any of you when I was eating rice for dinner every night? That was your choice. My choice. My choice to be manipulated and guilt-tripped into financial ruin. That was 3 months ago. Sarah is dating someone new already. My parents are pretending I don't exist unless they need something. And me? I'm finally building the life I always wanted. I bought a house last month. My house. With my money. And you know what the best part is? Nobody in my family even knows about it. But here's what keeps me up at night sometimes. Was I wrong? Was I selfish for wanting to keep my own money for my own future? Should family always come first, even when family has never put you first? I think about that uncle who said, "That's not right," and I know the answer. But sometimes the guilt creeps in, because that's what they do, isn't it? They program you from childhood to feel guilty for wanting anything for yourself. Well, I'm done feeling guilty. I'm done being the family ATM. I'm done sacrificing my dreams for people who wouldn't sacrifice their lunch money for mine. But I want to know what you think. If you were in my situation, would you have done the same thing? Would you have paid for your sister's wedding? Would you have stood up at the reception? Because sometimes I wonder, maybe this is happening in your family too. Maybe you're the one they call when they need money. Maybe you're the one who's expected to give up everything for everyone else's happiness. And if that's you, I want you to know something. Your dreams matter too. Your future matters too. You are not selfish for wanting to keep your own money for your own life. Family is supposed to lift you up, not tear you down. And if your family can't do that, maybe it's time to ask yourself if they deserve the title of family at all. So tell me in the comments, have you ever been the family ATM? How did you handle it? And if you're going through this right now, what are you going to do about it? Because trust me, the sooner you stand up for yourself, the sooner you can start living your life instead of funding everyone else's.